Hello everyone and welcome to my my random ramblings. Today I'm going to be changing the oil on a 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. I've got my supplies here. I've got my K&N premium oil filter here. This is an HP-7026. It's one of these canister filters and it comes with a new O-ring. I like K&N's products. I think they do a much better job than some of the entry-level filters. I put their oil filters in all my vehicles, and I'm switching everything to their air filters as well when the time comes for a new filter. I also like to use Mobil 1 full synthetic. This is the advanced fuel economy. This vehicle uses the 0-weight-20 oil, which is how it gets that's a thinner weight. That's why it's an advanced fuel economy. This is supposed to last for 10,000 miles. This filter says it's good for 20. I never like to push it that far, but it definitely lasts longer than 3,000 miles. So thanks for coming. We're going to get started on changing the oil in a 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. Alright, the first thing we want to do is get our vehicle jacked up. You always want to jack on the jack point or you could damage the body or frame of your vehicle, especially on these unibody cars, which is what this is. Unibody meaning it doesn't have a separate frame with the body mounted on it. The body is the frame. So we're going to look for the jack point, which is right here on this vehicle. You see there's a little cutout and a little arrow right here that tells you where the jack point is. So we're going to put our jack right on this. That is a hard to see jack point. There we go. So what I ended up having to do is I had to move the jack back along this weld piece here a little bit so I could put my jack stand there. Now you see that does bend the plastic a little bit, but that should pop right back out when I lower this down. But you always want to have a jack stand because hydraulic jacks can fail. The next part we want to look at is the gap here where the oil plug is. Your car may have a piece of plastic that goes here, and it's got a little flathead screwdriver that you just pop this piece out. This will be our oil plug that we'll remove, and then the oil filter we access from the top. So let's get our tools. So I've got a 13mm wrench. I'll put that on the oil pan bolt. Alright, so we got it loose. I had to use two hands to get it loose. It was on there pretty tight. I gotta get my wrench off. So this is going to shoot out and down, so you kind of want to have your oil pan in the correct location. Which is always hard to guess 100%. Getting near the end here. I like to try to hold it in until I get it loose, and then I can pull it out once, and I still missed. Adjust that so that as the oil runs out, it runs across. Let all of that drain out, and we'll go up top and look at the oil filter. So when you open your hood on this vehicle, on the passenger side, just behind your oil cap, is this funky looking thing right here, and that's your oil filter canister. So this is a plastic piece that's attached to your vehicle that you need to save. It's not like a disposable oil filter you see in a lot of cars. So we'll get us a socket and a wrench and we'll pull that baby out. So we got a 15/16 socket on here to loosen up this plastic oil filter housing with a couple extensions. And you're going to go counterclockwise to loosen that up. Now this is plastic, so you need to be careful with it. And when we put it back on, you definitely don't want to over tighten it. We'll get the torque specs for that and we'll put it back in. Go ahead and have a rag for you, a rag ready, because when you pull this paper filter out, it's going to make a mess. let that oil drain out for a second of the filter. You're going to get a little bit on the engine, so that's unavoidable. And then just catch it. It looks like this. We want to keep the plastic part, and then we're going to replace the filter on the top. So you can see what we look like down here where the oil filter goes. Try to clean that up as best we can. And then we'll go over here and take a look at what the cap looks like out of the vehicle. Alright, so we have our new filter out. It's got a flat end and then the end with a little seal that sticks out. It goes in like this with the flat piece. And this just snaps in like that. And then our box also comes with a new O-ring, which we will replace right here. I like to use these little picks. I got this from, I think, Harbor Freight. You can just get the pick behind the O-ring, kind of pull that off, and work it around. Kind of made a little mess here, but we'll put our new O-ring back on and work it around so that it sits in that groove on the bottom, and then we can reinsert our filter until it snaps like that, and then we'll put this back in the vehicle. So again, we got the green rubber seal with the pointy nose, and it goes down into the canister. And then we're going to tighten this back up by hand. And then we'll put a torque wrench on it and torque it to the correct specs, because you do not want to break this. If you break this plastic, it will leak oil everywhere. Alright, so we're going to put our socket back on. We've got our torque wrench. And 18 pound-feet of torque is what they want on here. So I've got that preset on my torque wrench. I'm going to tighten this down. There we go. We hit our 18 pound-feet, so not very tight. Again, it is plastic. Alright, so while I was up there taking out the oil filter, I didn't have my oil pan set in the proper position. As it ran down, it moved where it was draining to, and now I got a big mess to clean up. That's what happens when you're trying to make a video and change the oil in the car at the same time. So you want to look at your seal, make sure it's in good shape. I'm going to wipe mine off. And then once this stops draining out, I'll put it back in. We'll tighten it up to 20 pound-feet of torque. And then we'll lower the vehicle and fill it with oil. Alright, we're going to pour our oil in here until we get our 4 quarts in. Alright, so we put our car in run, which we do by pushing the button without our foot on the pedal till it says run. And then we go use the arrows here until we are at our engine oil life window. So we go back to the left and right till we get to this point, and then we will hold the OK button down until that resets. If your engine oil needs change, it'll say 0%. I've just reset this, so now it says 100%. This is reset, and it will no longer ask you to change your oil. Alright everyone, thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful for how to change your oil on a 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. Thanks for joining today. Please subscribe and like. I will also be posting some videos on brakes for a Nissan Frontier. I'm going to do some brakes on a 2009 Mini Cooper and a coolant leak on that one as well. So stay tuned for more. Thank you. I found the culprit of my leaking oil. The cap is gone, which left me a big mess.